I found this Ada very close to where my house is. It serves me good here because I need a 4x4 to drive on these dirt roads. I also have a Sarka, but it doesn't do as well on these roads. You might ask yourself, why would you play on a PvE server? Especially a server like this, a private one where we're basically 4 or 5 guys who are playing. And the only missions that we have that are working are basically airdrops and then the vanilla dynamic stuff like helicopter crashes and trains and police checkpoints and convoys and stuff like that. But the beauty about DayZ is that it's such a beautiful game to just explore in, and the world is encapsulating. Like I feel like I would want to live here. Maybe not in Chernarus full of infected, but just a lonely Chernarus. But in the end, yeah, it comes down to looting and exploring. And I don't know why it's so fun or enticing, but it is. And in one way, it's very relaxing. Just to roam around this world all by yourself or with a good friend, and not having to be stressed about other players wanting to kill you, or just anything at all, really. And I think that's what it comes down to, why I play on a private server with just a few friends of mine. It's to just not feel so stressed. Just wind down for a bit. And maybe even, I would say, escape. Yeah, I think escape is a good word. There's a military convoy that I would like to deal with. if this isn't the perfect game to just sit back and do something that doesn't require a lot of skill or a lot of attention, then I don't know what is. But taking a drive where you don't know the route you're gonna take or the destination or anything like that, just driving wherever just to get your mind off things, it's perfect for it. Or you can grab a fishing rod and go fish, or go hunt in the forest, or just take a walk. It might sound a bit weird to take a walk in DayZ when you can go outside and take a walk outside in real life and touch grass. But there's something so comforting. I find that even if I go outside to take a walk, I still worry. It doesn't bring my level of wariness down. It just changes it to something else, some other type of worry, and maybe that's a good thing. A good thing that I get to worry in another way than how I usually worry, if that makes sense. But driving in DayZ, or doing something in DayZ, it just is a true form of escapism. And as sad as that might sound, or even pathetic in a way, it's just life, you know? Sometimes you just wanna escape for a while. And that's okay, I think. And sometimes you want to escape a lot. For a long while. And because this world is so weird. Like, this world is so weird. Especially today. The things that are going on in the world. And no matter where you're from or what your beliefs are and so on, I think everyone kind of feels it, that the world is weird. Shit is happening. And we don't know what to make of it. I know that this video will be very different and maybe even weird compared to other videos I have uploaded. Yeah, my YouTube channel, it doesn't have a purpose, a direction, a plan. I just record games that I like to play and I talk. And the easiest thing to talk about is what you're doing in game. It requires almost no creativity. Just talking to the mic, what you're doing. Like I'm driving right now. And it's raining outside. Very obvious statements. And I like doing those videos because I've always wanted to do it. I grew up playing video games. I'm 34 years old now, and since I was a teenager at least, I wanted to record myself playing video games and do voiceovers and let's play videos, and now I can finally do it, and it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. But it's like, now I'm here, now what? Now what? What's the point. And anything that I've done creatively, because I look at this gaming recording stuff as a creative outlet. Anything that I've done creatively, I don't need a point. I just want to do it. I think it's so easy to, whatever you're doing, like if it's music or photography, or even this YouTube stuff, it's so easy to look at others and think that, oh, I need to do it like that in order to be able to say that that's what I'm doing. Because there's only one correct way to do it. But I think when it comes to creative stuff, just do what you want to do and don't think. And don't try to satisfy anything. Don't try to satisfy anything external from you, but not even your own ideas. Just perform, just do, just create. That's why it's called creativity, just create. And if you're not satisfied, then so be it. I mean, usually you're never satisfied. I mean, hopefully one day you can look back at what you've done and be able to tell yourself that, hey, what I did back then wasn't so bad. And that's kind of, I don't know if that's the point, or I don't know what the point is of creativity. I don't know what the point of anything is really. But I also think that focusing so much on what the point is doing yourself a disservice. Even with life, like, there's no point to life. And there's no inherent meaning to life. At least that's what I believe, and that's my philosophy and my outlook. Like, even if you argue that, well, if I do this for this person, then that person will be happy, so therefore it has meaning. Well, in the grand scheme of things, we're not even a speck on the grand timeline of the universe and maybe several universes and whatnot. We don't mean anything. But it doesn't mean that it's not beautiful if you do something for someone else, and that it's not beautiful that you do something for yourself, and that you can't be happy and so on. It's Monday afternoon. I got home from work around 2 hours ago. I'm beat. The week just started. I'm so fucking tired. I cooked some food. I had some dinner. And that's it. Like, I can only do one activity after work. I had to choose between cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, stuff like that. Like regular house chores. I have to choose one activity. I can't do more. Like, it's too much. My energy level is so low. I can't do more. I work a full-time job. I sit in front of the computer at my work. And I just... I don't know. I usually work from around like 6:15 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I go to the gym before work. Then I go to work. Then I head home. And I go to bed like at 8 o'clock. So I go to bed pretty early. And if I have to cook when I get home, I don't, there's not a lot of time to do anything. But even if I had time, as I said, the energy is not there. The sad thing about that is I'm not alone. Like, I kind of wish I was alone when it comes to that kind of lifestyle. I wish I could tell you guys, whoever is still listening to this, that, hey, I work like this, it's draining my energy, and it would be abnormal. You would react that that's an abnormal lifestyle, but it's not. This is all we do. We just work. one thing that I do consider interesting about life and the social part of life is that if I was born, let's say 20 years earlier than I was, I probably would be a lot more lonely than I already am. Because if I was born in the 70s, I might not have the same group of friends that I do today. That is, friends that I have only met online, but that nonetheless are real friends of mine. But also growing up in the 90s and being an early adopter of internet, doing a lot of gaming early on in my life, multiplayer gaming, it was a bit frowned upon by society as a whole to have friends online. Like, they weren't considered real friends. And I think I could probably make an educated guess that a lot of people are in the same boat as me, struggling with those feelings and questions regarding, are online friends real? And the answer is yes, of course. Why wouldn't they be? But growing up in the 90s and being told that online friends aren't real friends, it still lives with me to have to question my own social circle, because I don't really have any friends IRL. It might be easy to think that I have all the time and energy in the world to do my DayZ videos, but I don't. They actually take a significant part of my free time to record and edit, even though I have a very minimalistic approach to editing. I don't do any crazy effects or anything. I don't do several passes of editing. I just edit out the boring stuff, keep the somewhat interesting stuff, and then I upload it with a basic thumbnail. And yeah, that's it. But it's easy to look at someone like me and not picture the fact that that person is working a full-time job, just like maybe you are, or your friend, or your parents. There's only a very select few that are living off of YouTube, and they usually have other income streams like sponsorship and whatnot that I have no expertise in whatsoever. And honestly, I don't even want to become a YouTuber like that. I don't want to live off of YouTube, because I want to keep this as just a hobby where I can just do whatever I feel like doing. Because it's not important. It's not important for my monetary situation in real life. It's the subscriber count is not important. The only thing that's important to me is that I see that people enjoy my content. And if a video like this even gets one comment, someone saying they appreciated it in some way, I would be absolutely, well, perfectly happy with that. Because if I can ramble in a way that I've been wanting to do for several years and have someone actually listen to me and understand me and I don't know, fall asleep to whatever, I don't really mind how you view or interact with my content. Once I upload it to YouTube, it's yours. It's yours to watch or listen or, you know, just consume in whatever way you feel is the best way for you. I just want to record talk, put it out there. And that's another thing with creativity is don't worry about an audience. You have to do what you're doing because you have a feeling that you have to do it. If there's people out there who agree with what you're doing and find some comfort or get something, whatever, out of what you're doing, then that's great. That's great. But if you're feeling like you have to do something for other people, then I personally don't think that's the right approach. I mean, if you need money and you do get an income from creating, then all the power to you, and I'm very happy for you. I just feel that you need to separate doing something for money and doing something for yourself. If you manage to combine those two, that's absolutely brilliant. But I think there's very, very, very few people who manage to do that. Even if you look at the biggest YouTubers, I don't think that they are 100% happy with what they're doing. I think it's very common to start diving down too deep into analytics, see what thumbnails work, see what kind of content work, see what the next thing is, like next game, next tech gadget, next whatever within the field that you're creating content in. But my entire notion is to get rid of all of those anxieties and do what you want because you want to do it or you need to do it. And if this sounds like rambling, it's because it is. I could watch this back tomorrow and maybe not agree with even 50% of what I'm saying. I guess in a sense I wanted to press record and just ramble a bit without having anything profound to say. And I feel like I am done with profound things in life. Like done with life advice that would be considered profound. Done with experiences that would be considered profound. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of waiting for things to happen. I'm tired of trying to make things happen. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to be human. And life has a way of disappointing you and abandoning you unless you manage to keep up. But keeping up, that takes so much energy. Okay, we had a bit of a close call there. I thought I was driving into fog, but that was actually gas. When I was around 20 years old, I studied photojournalism. I got a bachelor's degree in journalism. Back then I was very interested in philosophy and poetry and also photography. That's more on the subjective side, I would say, or conceptual side. Even though I studied photojournalism, I was pretty much more interested in subjective photography. But back then I was worried about being pretentious. I was worried that I was just putting up a facade of being intellectual and well versed in philosophy and whatnot, and I kind of miss that. I kind of miss being worried about that, because I'm not worried about that anymore, simply because I'm an idiot. Like my brain is no longer functioning like it used to. And the reason it's not functioning like it used to is because I'm so fucking tired. I don't have the energy to read or to understand philosophy or other subjects or discuss. I think that's the main thing that I don't have energy for, that I used to do a lot, which is discussing different world events and politics and whatnot. But like I can't do that anymore.